Okay, let's go through support and resistance. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to take you through some key concepts now to hopefully help you with finding your entry and exit levels in any market. Okay, let's dive in. So first of all, support and resistance. So support is the level where you expect price to find support and stop moving down. And resistance is the level where you expect price to stop moving up and to start to reverse, or to find some resistance to going up even further. From a strength perspective, so the first concept is if you're looking to find support and resistance, you want to be doing it on the highest time frame that you're willing to look at. I personally use the daily. Because I tend to hold positions for a longer period of time, and the daily just has a lot more strength behind it, and you can get it. You know, if the daily's going up, then the lower time frames, even if they're going down, will eventually, in my opinion, go back up as well. So if you've got a high time frame that's going up, and then a 30-minute or an hourly time frame is going down, you can look at the daily, find a support level, and you may get a good indication of, once the hourly price falls into that level, you may see some support kick in and the price kind of turn around. And let's look at some of those examples now. So this is peak kind of bull market for crypto, and I'm just going to find some support levels. So when you're looking for support levels, don't just pick every line, unless you'll end up with, you end up with lines absolutely everywhere. And that's not to say they're not support, they or resistance, they totally are. But your chart just very quickly becomes, got one here, just becomes super messy, untradeable. Which ones are the important lines, right? It becomes very difficult to see. So look for the important ones. And the important ones I would class as the ones where the price has had a significant movement from it. So I would say this one would be I'm going to mark these as white because support and resistance are interchangeable. They're just levels where price may do something. So the price moved dramatically from here. It moved dramatically down from here. And here. And definitely from here, that was the end. In fact, you know what, I will make these, I'll keep them white. Any other levels? Probably here. But what we can do is, as we come over here, we can start to use those previous support lines. So this is the price now for ETH. And we can start to use those support lines to guide us as to where price may turn around. And then if we come in here, we can also see that there's another support, a new one that's kind of formed here. So when the bull market, not the bull market, when the price really started to turn for ETH, we had a massive run all the way up here. Now, from the previous cycle, we identified this one up here. And we can see that the price rejected from there, right? And it never came back past it. It pushed down, it bounced off this support level here, came back up, rejected immediately off of this one, and has continued down ever since until finding support at this level, which is a strong support level because it's where the price price, we had a lot of strength there, so it was likely to find support there, in my opinion. Let's just mark these out so that we can see how these held up and what they did in the previous cycle. So here is where we got our first rejection down to this level, and here is where it found support before ultimately breaking through into the bear market where we stayed for ages. So quite a strong support level. This was the previous high. I would say, based on what we're looking at now, if ETH, for example, let's say that ETH found support here, slowly creeps up, breaks through this level, which I think it will find tough because you can see it rejected off of this level-ish multiple times before breaking below it. So it may have a challenge coming back up. So let's say that this does start pushing up. What could happen? So let's say it comes up here, hits a bit of resistance, maybe comes down a small amount, or more than that. And let's say it comes up to this level here. So what do we think is waiting at this level here? So it's a previous high. We've probably got a load of sellers waiting up here to short the price and push it back down. And what are we also going to have? A load of exhausted buyers who have been pushing all the way since, you know, what, 2.7 or whatever. You know, and they're all taking profits. So at that point, you'd expect the momentum to turn and for the sellers to take control shortly. Now, where would buyers be likely to step back in and push the price up if they wanted to, if there was enough traction there? Probably this level here, right? The old support level that struggled last time. So this has now been flipped, hopefully, to support. And what are you also going to have? You're going to have a load of exhausted sellers who have been pushing the price down here, taking profits. And then hopefully or potentially a load of new, I say hopefully because I'm bullish on ETH, you'll see a load of buyers sweeping in and pushing the price back up. Now, let's say that it pushes all the way back up to this red line, which is the previous all-time high for ETH. What's happening there? We've seen this on Bitcoin. We're just going to have a look at the Bitcoin chart in a minute. But you may have a load of sellers waiting there to short the price. And where could they push it down to? Well, maybe they push it down to this previous level where there's a load of other buyers waiting. And then maybe the buyers step in and push it up into price discovery. So you can kind of see why charts work in this sort of wavy pattern. You know, you get a big wave up, a smaller wave down, or a big wave down and a smaller wave up, and you see this kind of structure forming. It's just where support or resistance is flipping to support, being retested, pushing through the next resistance, being retested as support. That's what causes the charts to move in this way. And let's have a quick look at Bitcoin while we're here. We can see, I won't spend too long on this. But we can see we had this big move up. So if we were going to draw our support lines on here again, I would say, well, there's a support line there. There's a support line here that's been retested and was strongly rejected from it. So I would say that's a pretty good support line. And you know, and that's where price kind of paused before we had another big move off. So you know that those are two support lines. Where would the resistance lines be? Well, here. Maybe here. And I bet if we go back across to the other side, I bet we're going to see that these line up with, oh my God, here we go. Look, the top of the previous cycle was the high. So you can see that, right? That's and you got rejection. So there were a load of sellers waiting up there, and they started pushing the price back down. The sellers have got exhausted at this point. The buyers have stepped in and started pushing the price back up. What happens potentially, not always, doesn't always happen. What happens when we reach here? Maybe we see more sellers come in and try to push the price back down, maybe to this level, or you know, or somewhere near there, where more buyers may come in and push the price up into price discovery. You know, we've got the elections around the corner, so price action is a bit volatile. But again, you can see the same kind of sequence happening. So we've got this, when it rejected, we had this push down, small push up, a bigger push down, bigger push down, small push up, bigger push down, and now you're starting to see it reverse back up, right? So forming the same structure that I showed you in the other chart. So that's what support and resistance is. It's just fine. It's just places where price is going to find support. Where are buyers likely to buy? Where are sellers going to start selling and push the price down? And when I talk about sellers, I'm not talking about buyers taking profit. I'm talking about, although they also class as sellers actually, where are people going to come in and try and push that price down? Where are people going to come in and try and push the price back up? So remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you found this useful. Thank you very much.